All right, moving on this Thursday. Death to the Trap is more than just a book. It's a movement about breaking cycles and having the discipline to choose yourself every day. Each page is filled with professional stories and overcomings of author Donovan Badgett. The talented author, speaker, and friend is here to talk about his new book release. Donovan, good morning.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
Your resume is like longer than a CVS receipt. You have so many titles. You're an amazing entrepreneur, a friend, a mentor. First off, who is Donovan Badgett?
Just a kid from Hopkins, South Carolina. My family moved out to Colorado Springs maybe back in 2013, I think. So I started coming back and forth then. I've been loving it here. But, I'm just an entrepreneur. I'm a father. Wow. I'm a warrior of God, and I just love people, you know what I'm saying?
And you've been through some trials and tribulations, but this is the happiest you've ever been in your life. You just released a book last month, and we're so glad to showcase it. It's called Death to the Trap.
Yeah.
What's it all about?
So it's about kind of like creating a different narrative for yourself. I got into some things as a teen that kind of made things difficult for me, like moving forward. And, as I navigated, I saw, that I had to develop a different mindset because, getting the door closed in my face so much, it kind of discourages you. And so I saw how difficult that was to keep going. And, there were certain things that I had to pick up and learn, and create for myself to be able to turn into who I ultimately thought I was in my purpose. So me knowing how difficult that was, that's how, the book idea came about, because I wanted to, pass that down to, to younger people and to let people know, not just younger people, all people, just to let people know that being resilient and not giving up on yourself, is super important, and giving like ways to do that as well in the book. I kind of break that down, so.
It's 100 pages, so many great anecdotes. Yeah. Why the title, Death to the Trap? Like, what is trap?
Okay, so the trap has multiple different meanings. One, obviously, in our culture, the hip hop culture, the trap, could mean, the dope houses and things like that. But it's also the trap of, your mind. We have like trauma cycles, and, people just get stuck in, different things, that become cycles that they can't break out of, So that's what the trap is, it's something different for everyone, Yeah, and so for me, it was multiple different things as well. There was the dope trap, but it was also, different traumas that I've been through that I felt trapped that became cycles for me. And so, everyone has their own different trap in their life, but they all resonate the same pretty much.
And Donovan, there's so many great messages within the book. One of them is, pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. I love that quote. It's so profound. What does it mean to you?
Well, it just means that, you just keep on. You keep getting up even when you fall. And the opportunity, when it presents itself, you'll be ready for it. It's not that you're taking pain. What they say, once the pain leaves the body, what's left, is strength. So you just preparing yourself for what's to come. Not giving up on yourself, being resilient, building discipline along the way. To be prepared when that time hits. Because if you're moving forward, and you are going towards your goals, your time is going to come. And if you haven't been properly prepping, then you won't be prepared, and you miss opportunities. So.
And Donovan, you not only turned your life around, now you're paying it forward and affecting others with scholarships, speaking at churches, mentorship opportunities. How much does that mean to you?
It means everything, because my son is coming up in the world, and I wanted to be frontline and making a change in the world that he's coming up in. So, I just wanted to do everything I could to kind of pass my knowledge and the things that I've done in life down to the younger generation under me, and just pay it forward. One of my most important mentors, is still in my life today. I met him when I was 15, and we still talk to this day, and we kind of talk about all of those different things. So paying it forward, it's almost like full cycle and stuff, like how things have went for me.
And you got a book signing this weekend. Tell us about it real quick.
Yeah, this Saturday it'll be at Wealthy Unlimited Gym. That's downtown Nashville. And I'll just be there. I'll kind of be speaking. I'll be signing some books and, just having community conversations and different things like that. We'll also be starting a barbershop talk and be in different barbershops around the town, also doing different talks in different locations. We'll be streaming that live as well.
This is going to be a future New York Times bestseller. Your son has the coolest father. I'm so glad you've turned your life around. And more importantly, you're impacting others. And I think that's the most profound message in the 100 pages in this book. I wish you nothing but the best. And many more novels to come, all right?